Coming up, taxi drivers and tour operators clash. We have the latest.
The deputy leader of the opposition throwing her hat into the leadership race. I'm LaDon Davis, and I'll tell you all about it coming up in the Bahamas tonight.
And National Heroes Day is celebrated. The Bahamas tonight, the National Report starts now.
Now in HD. ZNS Network presents The Bahamas Tonight. This portion of the news brought to you by BTC Every Day.
Lots of activity in the city center today as the transport hub for tourists became the center of a mass protest. Good evening, I'm Opal Roach.
And I'm Chris Saunders. Thank you so much for joining us. It was supposed to be a peaceful protest as taxi drivers banded together to protest the activities of a local tour company. But as Cleopatra Murphy tells us tonight, police had to be called in to restore order after an altercation erupted.
Police were called to Prince George Wharf this morning as tensions boiled over between taxicab drivers and Bahamas experienced tour bus drivers. Scores of taxicab drivers barred tour operators access along the wharf and says Bahamas Experience has been operating a $19.99 hop-on, hop-off tour, soliciting jobs on the dock and taking away their clientele. As they protested what they called the illegal practice, taxi driver Ivan Campbell says he was physically attacked after telling a Bahamas Experience employee not to take his photo.
And she attacked me, if you'll see the mark on my hand, and one of the guys punched me in my chest. At least they rushed me, and one punched me into my chest. And the other drivers intervened.
Taxi drivers said their livelihood is being impacted, adding that as many as 45 drivers recently went home without having earned $1 because they could not secure a customer. Bahamas Taxi Cab Union President Philip Watkins says the situation has persisted for 2 weeks and the union sought the aid of government officials, but it has not been resolved.
We were guaranteed yesterday that this situation will be taken into hand. Today, the same thing. These drivers have bills to pay, BEC, everyone else. We are not going to stand idly by and allow any company to come here.
Chairman of the Prince George Wharf Committee, Maxwell Adderley, said that officials told him and his committee that the Bahamas Experience badges were suspended and that on Saturday, the same tour company was told to stop offering the tours.
This morning, we arrived at work, and early this morning, we saw them engaged in solicitation. Therefore, we galvanized ourselves and we are standing strong on this Heroes Day, making a point that we will no longer accept this what is going on. The protocol that should be in place by road traffic, where these tour companies should place in advance the amount of persons that they take off the ship, be presented to road traffic, so the account can be taken. That is not in practice.
Taxi drivers said they sometimes sleep in their vehicles all night just to increase their chances of securing a job the next morning. Adderley added that the drivers are now requesting a formal meeting with the relevant ministers and road traffic department.
We've been working along with the Ministry of Tourism in our best effort to bring calm, peace and tranquility out in this area. All right, we want to thank for what has happened before, but we've reached our boiling point.
The group says they are fed up and are calling on authorities to put a stop to what they term the illegal actions of the tour company. Cleopatra Murphy, ZNS Network News.
Also today, framers of the Constitution were remembered this National Heroes Day. A brief ceremony was held at the St. Agnes Cemetery at the mausoleum of the Father of the Nation, Sir Lyndon Pinlin. Only 6 out of the 15 framers are still with us today. They are the Honorable A.D. Hanna, Sir Arthur Folks, Honorable George Smith, the Honorable A. Loftus Roker, Sir Orville Turnquest, and the Honorable Philip Bethel. Janae Noel Ferguson was there for the event today and has all the details.
A wreath was laid at the mausoleum of the Father of the Nation, former Prime Minister Sir Lyndon Pinlin, by Acting Governor General Oswald Ingram, as the National Heroes Day Committee, along with other government officials, observed the second National Heroes Day. Committee Chairman Reverend Canon Sebastian Campbell called on the government to do even more for the day that the committee has fought for decades.
Look forward with eager anticipation to the implementation of a national honors system, whereby, and I pray God, and I say this all the honesty at my disposal, we can say goodbye forever to the outdated, enslaving colonial system of honors. And I pray God we press forward with eager anticipation to the full implementation of our own national system of honors in our Bahamas. It's long overdue.
He also requested a National Heroes Park and the implementation of a national dress. Prime Minister Perry Christie said the request of the committee is under review, but a new system will be put in place to select national heroes. Now, the importance of the occasion was also underscored by Deputy Prime Minister Philip Davis.
I am giving now personal consideration to the recommendations, and those recommendations will be taken to the Cabinet in short order for deliberations. In the process, we will be consulting, and obviously the National Heroes Committee, the regeneration of the Cultural Commission, those personalities who have been involved in that obviously will be consulted.
This generation has chosen to part company with the past, not forgetting it, but building on it. We choose to see the old 12th of October as a day of encounter as opposed to a day of discovery. We choose also to shape a new future built on recognizing on this day the work of all Bahamians, of all races, colors, creeds, who built the modern Bahamas.
Janae Noel Ferguson, ZNS Network News.
And as we celebrate National Heroes Day, the country's leader says the Bahamas will soon have its own honors program to recognize unsung heroes. Clint Watson reports.
The country will soon have its own national awards program to honor heroes among us. Prime Minister the Right Honorable Perry Christie says his cabinet is finalizing how the program will work.
The awards are now, a recommendation will be going to cabinet as to the set of awards, and so the country will be hearing about them shortly.
Will that be replacing the Queen's Honors Award?
Well, we have to make that choice. It just so happens for the last several years, the FNM and ourselves did not utilize the Queen's Honors list. Not that we have abandoned it, we just haven't used it up to this point.
Mr. Christie admits that a big part of uniting and linking our islands will be the ability to honor and recognize those that labor among us.
We have to be very, very conscious that in all of our islands, a part of the ethos, making the island, making it knit in a stronger way together, is being able to honor those who have done much for that particular island and also therefore the country.
The Prime Minister says because we are not telling the stories of our forefathers and those who make a difference in our community, there are gaps in our history.
You are responsible for lifting up the names of these people who historically and who are currently making extraordinary contributions to the well-being of the country through their contribution to the island and their communities, and for the government then to have its honor system reach out to those people and lift them up.
And as the country commemorates National Heroes Day, Prime Minister Christie said his government will do all that they can to ensure that persons who work tirelessly in their communities, often unnoticed, get the recognition that they deserve throughout every length and breadth of this country. Clint Watson, ZNS Network News.
The Fox Hill community took the opportunity to recognize several women as heroes during the 4th annual Fox Hill Heroes Day celebration service today. Among the women recognized by the Fox Hill Old Scholars Association was Lady Ingrid Darling, the wife of the past Governor General, His Excellency Sir Clifford Darling. Foreign Affairs and Immigration Minister and Member of Parliament for Fox Hill, the Honourable Fred Mitchell, reflected that he had just returned from the National Heroes Day service where 15 men who were the framers of the Constitution were honoured. He says while women were not a part of that group that travelled to London, they played a pivotal and vital role.
If you look at the makeup of the delegation in 1972, there were no women in that delegation. And I'm sure no one thought there was anything wrong with that. But the fact is, wherever we go in this country, whatever has been accomplished in this country, it could not have been possible unless women supported it and were involved in making sure that it happened.
During the service held at St. Paul's Baptist Church, Fox Hill, Pastor the Reverend Dr. J. Carl Ramming said there are many good characteristics that define a hero, but someone who is spiritually sound ranks high with him. Also honored as fallen heroes were Claudenzo Davis, Shaquille Demerit, Shanique Sands, and Eric Morrison, all victims of that December 27, 2013 mass shooting in that community. For those honored, Ramming says it was significant.
To me, it is a big thing. Amen. And it's a good thing when persons can come together and say, well, we're going to recognize him or her for whatever he or she have done. So again, congratulations. And congratulations also to the faithful members of the association as a result of your effort. The old traditional Columbus Day is now Heroes Day. And this has a deeper cultural meaning and significance to all.
Today, I announce my intention to seek the leadership of the Free National Movement.
National Movement's convention is just around the corner, and the party's deputy officially announced today that she is going for the top spot within that political organization.
Butler Turner has danced around this question for some time, but settled it today, telling reporters that she can provide what she called firm leadership to her party and serve as an alternative to what she called an out-of-control government. LaDawn Davis attended the press conference and has this report.
I announce my intention to seek the leadership of the Free National Movement.
It's been the subject of heated debates for many months, and today Deputy Leader of the Opposition Loretta Butler Turner declared that she is the best person to lead the opposition and to beat the Progressive Liberal Party in the next general election. She says the decision to throw her hat into the leadership race came after much consultation.
I made this decision in consultation with members of the F&M's Constituency Association of Long Island and many other Long Islanders. I am truly encouraged by the enormous support of the people of Long Island, whom I have the great privilege and honor of representing in Parliament. I decided to seek the leadership in response to the call of many F&Ms and the call of Bahamians far and wide, young and old.
If given the opportunity to serve as opposition leader, Butler Turner revealed her plans for the country.
To help heal a wounded and troubled nation, to stem the ever-mounting tide of violence and social decay, to heal the spirit and to strengthen the will of the Bahamian people to face the future with courage, to work for the transformation of our society through the restoration of our social culture, and to vigorously pursue the development of our economy.
Like many other politicians and Bahamians, Butler Turner believes it's now time for fresh faces to assume leadership roles within the political arena.
This government is out of control and must be held more accountable by the opposition and by a firm leader of the opposition who will keep both eyes on them inside and outside of Parliament.
While Butler Turner did not wish to entertain questions from the media, the deputy leader says she is optimistic that she will win her bid for the leadership post at the party's convention next month. LaDawn Davis, ZNS Network News.
This segment of the news is brought to you by Shell Quality Fuels.